CSR. Please welcome Patrick Thomas.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to respond to surgery. I think the planet is in need of surgery. And I like the urgency with which you put your case. So thank you for doing that, because I believe that I run a business that is similarly minded. So let me just deal a little bit with some of the basics first. I'm a great believer in Six Sigma. I think Six Sigma has helped a lot of continuous improvement stuff. I actually place CSV in the same camp as Six Sigma. I think it does some fabulous stuff to incrementally improve business performance. I think that's great, fine, we do that, but we do something else. And I think there are two things that we do which go beyond that. So, base case incrementalism. Second point is the triple bottom line. You know, we run a research program of over 200 million a year where we use people, planet, profit as the measure of whether a research project will even continue through its stage gates. At best, you can get a neutral on one of the P's. Otherwise, all have to be positive. Because we believe that by doing that, at the front end of our business, and we actually do it at other stages all the way through procurement and development of businesses and marketing, but by doing that, we're putting in place a set of measures that will guarantee the sustainability of our business for our shareholders. So we don't start developing stuff that we know is going to kick back in the future. We put the stage gate right at the front. And that's sort of, for me, stage two. That's beyond incrementalism is the triple bottom line. But I think you actually have to go further than that. In today's business, I think you have to think well beyond into what I would call, and John would call, breakthrough. And breakthrough is all about how do you think, how do you dream solutions to these major problems that need surgery. And let me just give you one example of how we did that. We actually recognized that within a standard business, you kind of run continuous improvement stuff. That's normal. You have to think about how you can absorb into the business somehow another culture, which is addressing the point that you made. How do you deal with the big problems that we can see? Well, the first, we need to explain those to people, but then you need slightly different people to help you. And that's where collaboration becomes the key. So we set ourselves a very simple target. 6 years ago, I sat down with the team and we said, well, we consume carbon to make molecules that you actually find in your iPhones and in your iPads and in all of the electronic devices and things that you carry around with you. You are never more than 5 meters away from one of our products. You don't know who we are because we supply all the famous names in the world, whether it's sports goods or whether it's automotive goods or whether it's electronic goods, or it doesn't matter. We supply Nestle. We supply thousands of companies around the world with clever materials. And we said, well, most of those materials need carbon. Why can't we make them out of carbon dioxide? Now that switches the whole thinking process into what we call dream mode. So we think, you know, what are the dreams? So we started off with one of the materials we make. We said, why can't we make that from carbon dioxide? Well, catalytically, from a chemistry point of view, it should be possible. So we set up a separate team. We put a team in Aachen University in Germany, 30 of the best postdoctoral researchers in catalytic polymerization. We set them the task of trying to make a material out of carbon dioxide. The original material we targeted them with failed. And I'm a firm believer that unless you fail regularly, you're not trying hard enough, right? Failure is a key element of learning. It's a key element of pushing the boundaries. If we have parties when we fail on a research project for the simple reason that it frees that resource up to do something new and more exciting, because we always have a waiting list of dreams. One of the dreams that we had was this carbon dioxide idea. Actually, the researchers came up with a different material we could make with carbon dioxide, and it's actually the material you're sitting on right now. You're sitting on a polyurethane foam cushion. You sit on the same cushion in your car. You sleep on the same material if you've bought a mattress from IKEA. But what we found was the way of incorporating 30% carbon dioxide as the carbon backbone for that material. That's what I call bringing dreams into reality. You don't get there through incrementalism. You get there by setting yourself ridiculously difficult objectives. And to answer your question, you do the impossible operation to try and save and make a real difference. IKEA love the concept. They want to get it into their mattresses as fast as possible. We're building a huge commercial scale unit right now to manufacture those materials. That's just one example in a whole range of markets where we work, where we believe you have to make breakthroughs. These are fundamental shifts in how you think about technology. And it's a mind shift. Stop thinking about carbon dioxide as a waste. Think about it as a feedstock for making useful objects. The thought of sleeping on 30% of carbon dioxide that came out of a power station chimney is less than 1 year away. We're nearly there. We've got all of the tests done. The companies that make furniture and car seats, they're totally happy with the product. But it's without that breakthrough mentality and setting up collaborations with other people who think fundamentally differently, you will not get the surgery to work. It's only between universities, businesses, other businesses who have interests in the same area. You've just got to work it differently. Incrementalism just simply is not enough. And
Thank you, Patrick. No, that was brilliant.
I'll just shut up.
Patrick. That was brilliant.
I was just going to say, I'll just shut up.
Hey, Dad, hooray.